Digits on the beat.
What's up, guys and dolls? Britt here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello babies and welcome to my beautiful brats family. My name is Brittany, Brat, whichever floats your boat. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a life update. Y'all, I know this update is long overdue, but it's just like the universe does not want me to make this video. The universe didn't want y'all to know how I was doing, okay? Like, the universe was just like, no, it's just not gonna work out. It's not gonna happen. But I was determined, y'all. Like, I am determined. Like, even now something could still go wrong, but you know, I had faith that this is gonna be a good video. I had faith that everything's gonna go the way it's supposed to, because here lately things have not been. So I'm giving this video look, I'm giving this video my trust, okay? And I'm trusting this to go right and to do what it's supposed to do. Things just keep happening. Like, things are forever happening over here, okay? I just want y'all to know that a lot of them I will not be able to talk about because it's not my business to talk about. But honestly, y'all, I was sitting down and I was literally writing out like points that I wanted to make. I decided that I was going to try my best to describe the emotions that I have been feeling here lately without, you know, exposing anybody else's business, because I was really surprised by how much of my stress and how much of my emotions are caused by a lot of other people's problems. I was aware that their problems and, you know, what they got going on do affect me, but I wasn't aware of just how much until just recently, because like, y'all, things took a turn, okay? I thought look, I'm not gonna lie, I got so angry like 2 days ago that I really thought that I was going to end up fighting literally just about everybody on this campus. And I mean that, like, I'm so serious. Like, I just thought I was going to go off on a rampage and just go around asking everybody, do they want to fight? Like, that's how angry I was. This video is kind of just going to be a whole bunch of word vomit, because I did want to organize my emotions so I could talk about each emotion, but it's just, they've been so all over the place and so roller coaster-ish that I literally cannot compartmentalize them. I cannot organize them into sections. I can't break it down any other way because the emotions are still coming so rapid. And so this video is just going to be a bunch of word vomit. I'm going to try my best to explain certain things because there are certain situations that I do want to pinpoint and talk about, because they do have a big impact on what has been going on with me here lately. I'm trying to be careful of what I say because I don't want anything to be taken the wrong way. I'm trying to tread lightly, but at the same time I want to be as honest and as open as I can with you guys without hurting myself and what I'm trying to build here, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys can respect that, but most of all, I hope you guys can understand that. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into, you know, some of the main things that have been happening with me here lately. This is still a touchy subject, so I try not to get emotional. I also got my lashes on, so reel it in. Okay, on September 12th, we lost my grandfather. And, you know, when I found out 2 days later, because my mom did not want to call me while I had a show to do, and she didn't want it to, you know, mess with my head. And Sunday I was having such a great day, and she didn't want to, you know, she didn't want to ruin my day, pretty much. So Monday, when I called her, Monday morning before I had any classes, I called her and she told me. And you know, it was one of those things where I really thought I had it together. I thought that I could just breeze through it and it was gonna be okay, because the situation with my grandfather, he had been in the hospital. So I thought, because we were already kind of preparing for the worst in a way as time progressed, I thought that when I got that news that I was going to be, you know, better than I ended up being. I thought I was going to be okay. I thought I was going to, you know, maybe shed a few tears, but, you know, muster up that courage and just keep it pushing, because number one, I know that's what he would have wanted. Number two, you know, like I said, we were kind of already preparing for the worst. So I just thought that I was going to be better off than I actually ended up being. So of course I cried. Of course I got very emotional. And also, like, I think a big part of that as well is, number one, I was really close to my grandfather. I was pretty close to my grandfather. Like, I spent, you know, I grew up hanging around my grandfather, and even then into, you know, my older years, like, that never changed. My relationship with my grandfather was always a pretty close-knit relationship. I didn't see him all the time, but he did live close. And he and my mom have a really good relationship. So it was only natural that every time she went to go see him, I was riding along right there with her. And the same thing for her mom. Like, I just have a really great relationship with my grandparents. And before my father's parents passed away, I also had a very, very close-knit, great relationship with them, because that's just how my family works. My family on both sides, it has always been about togetherness and unity and love and being there for one another, because at the end of the day, all you do have is each other. That's how I was raised. That's how I grew up. And taking that and just realizing that a part of that was going to be gone physically, you know, that was going to be missing, I didn't take into account how much I would miss it until I started to miss it, which I feel like is normal for everything. I think everybody can, you know, attest to that in some shape, form, or fashion. Like, you never really know that you're going to miss something so much until it's, you know, until it's starting to slowly fade away and you're noticing this is not here anymore. Which is probably why these past few weeks have been really rough. So I really had to promise myself, I had to make a promise to myself, and it was the hardest promise to keep. I am still trying to keep it. No matter what, I was going to be as brave, as strong, and as positive as I could be. And I think because I promised myself that's also why these few weeks have been, you know, a struggle, because I feel like the world is testing me just to make sure that I can keep my promise. And that's fine. That's fine. That's great, because it shows me something about myself as well, because it proves to me, hey, you can do this. Because there are times when it's hard and there's times where it's not. But anyway, so when I found that out, like I said, of course I broke down a little bit, but I was also thinking about my mom. And my mom is one of the strongest women I know. All the women in my family are strong women. Being surrounded by so many strong, intelligent women, especially Black women, it kind of pushed me to want to be that way. And thinking about how hard of a loss this was for my mom, I was trying to carry that load for both of us, because in my mind I had to, because I just knew that she was going to crumble and fall. And not because she's not a strong woman, because I have already said that she is one of the strongest women I know, and that's just on period. That's on corona, sweetie. sweetie. But no, like, it's not because I didn't think she was strong enough. It's just because I knew this was a close relationship, and other than, you know, paying the bills, making sure I get, you know, through college, and making sure my dad, you know, is okay, because he also cannot walk, so she's also the breadwinner in the family right now, you know, just a lot going on. And because she had to take care of her dad, she had to pay bills, she had to take care of her husband, she has to put me through school, and I don't have a job right now, so she's got to do it all by herself. Even though she was going through so much and had to think about so much, that woman to this day can still walk around with a smile on her face. She has so much love to share, she has so much positivity to spread, and she's walking with her head held high. And whether everything was okay in that moment, she knew it would be. And I think, aside from other things that she was probably thinking, that is one of the main reasons why she didn't stay down for too long, and she didn't cry and you know, just break down for too long. It may seem minuscule now, or it may seem minuscule to you guys, but to me it just resembled strength, and it just showed me how strong my mother is. And she's a very strong woman, and she puts everybody and everything before herself. And sometimes she does it so much that she literally forgets to check on herself. So I will have to remind her, you know, you need to check on yourself too. Are you okay? How are you? How was your day today? You know, because it's not a lot that my mom gets asked how she's doing. It's not a lot that people call in to check on her. But I just noticed that the work that my mom does for people, and just in general, a lot goes unnoticed, and a lot of times it is not reciprocated. And I say that to transition into here lately, this situation, you know, the traumatizing situation with my grandfather has shown me, it's not like I didn't know it before, but it has shown me just how much that happens to me as well. I give so much and it's not reciprocated at all, which I have tried to teach myself how to be okay with, but you know, it's a struggle. And also I've been going through, you know, the change of not trying to force things. And here lately I found myself forcing myself to not force things. So I was so focused on trying not to force things like relationships, whatever the case may be. I was trying to focus so hard on not forcing things that I ended up forcing myself to not force things, if that makes sense. So like, it's just been so much going on, you guys, and I'm so sorry to keep, you know, having these, you know, just like brain dumps and just switching from different, you know, things and stuff like that. I'm sorry to keep repeating things, but like I said, this is word vomit because my emotions are still running high, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get my emotions to you. But I also didn't want to prolong this video any further. My grandfather's passing has been the root of every emotion that I have been feeling since the day I found that information out. It happened on September 12th. And I found out literally September, what was that, 14th. So like, it was just a lot that I had to, you know, think about, a lot that I had to deal with. And all at the same time, when I found this out, I had friends going through it. And I've always been the type of person, I cannot sit by and watch my friends hurt and watch them, you know, just go through the struggle and not be able to say or do anything about it. And the fact that sometimes I have to be okay with that and I have to accept that is unbearable for me at times, because sometimes your friends are going to go through things, or people in your life period are going to go through things, and you hate to see them like that, because they're people you love and they're people you care about, and you wish that there was just something you could say or do to make it better. And to know that there is not anything that you can say and do to make it better or to fix it, and to have to accept that, is one of the hardest things in the world. And because I am so giving, and a lot of people say I'm the mom friend, and because I have such a huge heart and I'm so sensitive, y'all know this, because I am all those things, it is so hard for me to literally see somebody that I truly, truly love go through something and literally either not know what to say, not know what to do, or not be able to say or do anything that helps it or that makes it better, you know. And sometimes I have to remind myself that there are going to be times where that happens. It's not every time. Sometimes I say things and sometimes I do things and it makes them feel better. It makes people feel better. And they'll tell me, hey, that made me feel better. You know, that made me feel a lot better. But there are going to be a lot of times where that is just not the case. And I have to accept that. And it's been very hard for me to accept that. I tell you, y'all, it has been a rough 2020, and I know it's been rough for everybody because Corona came, a whole bunch of other stuff came, and in lieu of all that, the Black Lives Matter movement, and in lieu of all that, this election, it's so much has been happening. And you know, so many, the universe has been testing us all, honestly. It's been testing us all. But you know, I have faith that we're going to make it through. I have faith that 2021 is going to be a better year. It's right around the corner, you know. And honestly, you guys, it's just been, honestly, for me, it's been a blessing because it's taught me so much, and it's allowed me to actually feel. Because I used to suppress everything before, and now I'm starting to cry more and more, which it sounds sad, but it's very therapeutic, because the more I cry, the better I feel. And sometimes I get tired of crying, so I have to write it out. But here lately, crying has been my thing, because I'm also trying to figure out what else can I do, what other outlet do I have. And until I find that, I feel like crying and writing has been my source of peace so far. I've even been taking drives, but sometimes I'm way too emotional to be driving. When I get really, really emotional, I try to either let somebody else drive or just find somewhere to go, like sit at the park or something and cry my eyes out, because I don't need to be driving. I know that much. My self-worth has also been an issue with me for a long time, honestly. I've literally had, you know, trouble believing that I truly mattered and that I was truly a good person and that I was truly talented. Here lately, I have just been questioning what I really want from myself, what I want from the people around me, and what I want from life. And I found that when I actually verbally out loud asking myself, and I have found myself multiple times this year literally physically getting on my knees, like, this sounds dramatic, but I am so serious, like right hand to God. I kid you not, I've literally found myself on my knees this year crying, actually verbally asking God, what do I do? What do you want me to do? What do I need to do? What do you want from me? What do you want me to see? Talk to me. And so many times I didn't get an answer right then because I couldn't hear it then. But as time progressed, I see that everything that has been happening this year to me specifically is just an answer to the questions that I was asking time and time again. And further on down the line, I'm going to start to see answers to questions that I'm asking now. And I have to remind myself that that's the way things work sometimes. That's not always how God works, if you do believe in that. I'm not going to, you know, talk too much about my spirituality just because I don't want to offend anybody, because that is not my intention. I'm just trying to, you know, pretty much explain to you guys what I've been going through, where my mind has been, and why I have been MIA for so long. You know, but That's not always how God works, but that is sometimes how he works. And sometimes those are the best moments in life. And I think because of that, I am in the process of being better. Because this year was the first year that I actually admitted that I wasn't okay. No, I'm not okay. I don't know how long I will be okay, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be. I have no other choice but to be. I just don't know when that time is going to come. You know what I'm saying? But when it does come, I will be better than ever. I will be happier. I will be wiser. I will be fuller. I'll be more complete. I'll be more loving. You know, I'll be more confident, more sure. I'll have a certain level of certainty about myself and whatever else there is. And that's the goal that I want to get to. When I ask myself, what do you want from yourself? What do you want from the universe? What do you want from God? What do you want from whatever? What do you want from life? What I want from life is to be at peace. Is to find peace within myself. I want to be certain of myself, whatever that may mean. I want to be happy, genuinely, truly happy. I want to be loved. I want to be loving. I want to be all that I can be. And I'm still trying to find my way around getting there. And I may never find it until it's my time. But at least I know what I want now. Whereas before, I honestly didn't know. And I think that's a big step. And because I'm taking that step, even now while I'm making this video, am I okay? No, not really. I'm probably better than I was 2 days ago. This is my truth. You know, this is my truth. This is what I promised you guys in my very first video that I was going to be about. And I'm not one to break my promises. I promised that I was going to be truthful. I promised that I was going to be open, and I promised that I was going to be myself, and as vulnerable and as honest as I could be while still protecting my own peace. And I think I've done that. That's all for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to join my Brats fam here on YouTube, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a beat. But until the next video, you guys, please, please, please be safe. Please stay bold, stay beautiful, because at the end of the day, when all else fails, just be real about that sugar honey iced tea, baby. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye. I'd rather keep it real with ya. I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Hacking, stupid, what's happening?